They say the fool is weak. They say the jester is just for laughs. But history tells a very different story. It shows that often the most dangerous person in the room isn't the one with the crown, but the one wearing the funny hat. Think about it. Kings throughout history had court jesters. Why? It wasn't just for entertainment. It was because the jester, the fool, was the only person who could speak the brutal, unfiltered truth to the most powerful person in the land and get away with it. The fool wears a mask of weakness, of innocence, of humor. But behind that mask hides a weapon far greater than any sword: the truth, delivered with a smile. This character isn't just some historical footnote. It's a powerful archetype that echoes through our myths and stories. The fool, the trickster, the jester, they all share a secret. They are the rule breakers. They are the agents of chaos who disrupt the established order. They disarm their enemies not with force, but with laughter. They move through the world completely unnoticed, utterly underestimated, until it's far too late for anyone to stop them. The great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed." The king's advisors, the generals, the nobles, they were all trapped in a web of politics and fear. They couldn't afford to shatter the king's illusions. But the fool's entire job was to shatter illusions, to speak the truth that no one else dared to. And he survived, even thrived, by wrapping that truth in a joke, pretending to be utterly harmless. He was the safekeeper of reality in a court of fantasy. This brings us to a fascinating strategy: weakness as camouflage. In our world, obvious power attracts attention. It invites challenges. Authority is naturally resisted. If you walk into a room and declare yourself the strongest, you immediately create targets on your back. People want to test you, to undermine you, to take what you have. But weakness is ignored. It's dismissed. It's seen as non-threatening. When you appear weak, people lower their defenses. Your enemies underestimate you. Your rivals don't see you as a competitor. And in that space of being overlooked, you are given the ultimate gift: freedom. You can move freely, gather information, and position yourself without anyone noticing. You are invisible, and invisibility is a superpower. This isn't just some ancient wisdom. It's a core principle of strategy. The master strategist Niccolò Machiavelli warned leaders about this very tactic. He wrote, "The clever ruler will often disguise his intentions with appearances of weakness or compassion." He understood that the best way to achieve your goals is to make your opponent believe you have no goals at all, or that you're too weak to achieve them. You let them get comfortable, you let them get arrogant, and then, when the moment is right, you act. It's the art of the long game, played by those who understand human psychology. And what is the fool's greatest weapon in this game? It's unpredictability. The strong man is predictable. He will use force. The wealthy man is predictable. He will use money. But the fool is not bound by any rules. He doesn't operate on the same logical plane as everyone else. He can say things others cannot. He can take actions no one would ever expect. His next move is a complete mystery. And this unpredictability creates a subtle, yet profound kind of fear. Because the enemy you cannot predict is the enemy you cannot control. You can build walls against a battering ram, but how do you defend against an enemy who might just laugh, turn around and walk away? Or one who might find a completely unconventional way to get around your walls? This chaos is the fool's domain, and it can break the will of even the most disciplined and powerful opponent. You might think this is all ancient history and mythology, but look around. The archetype of the fool is alive and well in our modern world. In politics, you see it in the candidate who plays the aw shucks common man, who pretends not to understand the complex jargon of Washington, all while executing a brilliant political strategy behind the scenes. They are underestimated by their polished, eloquent opponents right up until the moment they win the election. In the business world, it's the quiet, unassuming employee in the corner of the office, the one nobody pays attention to, the one who just seems to be doing their job day in and day out. They listen more than they speak. They absorb everything. And then, one day, they present a groundbreaking idea that revolutionizes the company, or they leave to start their own billion-dollar venture, leaving everyone wondering, where did they come from? They were there the whole time, hidden in plain sight, playing the fool. It even applies to our personal lives. Think of the person in a social group who uses self-deprecating humor. They make themselves the butt of the joke, appearing humble and non-threatening. Because of this, people trust them. They share secrets with them. They feel comfortable around them. This person often becomes the social hub, the keeper of all the information, holding a subtle but significant form of social power. History is filled with these characters. They begin their stories as fools, as jesters, as outsiders. But when the story ends, we don't remember them as fools. We remember them as cunning tricksters, as brilliant strategists, as survivors who outplayed everyone else in the game. They understood that true power isn't about how loudly you shout, but how carefully you listen. It isn't about the strength you display, but the strength you conceal. So, here's the lesson from the Fool's Playbook. Never, ever underestimate the person who seems weak. Weakness can be a mask. Humor can be a weapon. And unpredictability can shatter the defenses of the strongest opponent. The real question is, how do you apply this to your own life? We live in a culture that celebrates broadcasting our strength, showing off our success, and making sure everyone knows how powerful and capable we are. But the Fool teaches us a different path, the path of strategic weakness. So ask yourself, are you too quick to reveal your strengths? Do you let your ego force you to prove yourself in every situation? Or do you have the discipline, the wisdom to wear the mask of the fool? Can you stand to be underestimated for a while, knowing that it gives you the freedom to position yourself for the ultimate victory? Because in the grand, complex game of power and life, the fool is never just a fool. The fool is the one who watches, the one who learns, and often, the one who wins in the end. Thank you so much for watching. If this idea resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever seen the power of the fool in action? And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that challenges the way we think. We'll see you in the next one.